tow truck out. Typically me, story of my life. Try to cut the corners, only end up paying twice.
Prior to this band forming, what direction were you headed in?
Lots of different directions because I played with lots of different bands. My first instrument is actually drums.
Okay.
So I did like rock covers bands, and I've done some original bands as well. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was at uni as well, so I was balancing my music life with my uni life, which was quite cool. So I was doing a lot of the rock stuff. So it's a bit different because it's a bit sort of jazzy pop. So this project's a bit different from me.
Okay, and Hannah, your story is much more acclaimed. You uploaded videos at a young age to YouTube of you singing a cappella renditions and covers. Did you ever envision it would lead to something like this?
Not at all. I did that really because I lacked confidence and I didn't want to go out and perform in front of an audience and get a really bad reaction. So I saw loads of other people uploading videos to YouTube, and I thought that would probably be a good way to get some feedback before going out live. And luckily I got a really good reaction, and I kept posting.
Indeed. Now, your album Buying Time, which was released in 2011, is a very catchy, addictive album. Upon recording your first studio album, was there any pressure on you guys, or was it just simply a case of you guys embracing it, headed into the studio for the first time? What was it like for you guys?
I didn't feel any pressure. For me, it was just a whole new exciting experience. I enjoyed every second of it, and our label have been really good, and they've helped me develop as a songwriter and a singer, because other than singing on YouTube, I had no experience in the music industry and I hadn't been writing for very long. So for me, I didn't feel any pressure. I just enjoyed the experience and thought we'll see what would come of it.
Right, and your latest single, Hello, it's got a very mesmerising visual feel for the video. What was the thinking behind this video? Did you just play it by ear? How did it come about, the idea for this video? Visually, it's very mesmerising, so I thought I'd ask.
Well, I think one of the funny stories is Hannah fell off we use a treadmill, green screen treadmill. I think the thought behind it was we wanted to see if Hannah can embarrass herself.
No, I think we wanted to try something different. We'd done some videos where we'd been on locations and we'd had a full band, but our management had this really great idea to use a green screen and see what we could do, play around with different visual effects.
Have a bright video as well.
Yeah, have something that was really colourful and bright and eye-catching, and that, you know, when you see it on YouTube, you automatically want to click on it. And just to try out something new for us as well as artists trying different videos. But yeah, we had a green screen treadmill and I fell off. But luckily the camera wasn't rolling, so nobody saw it.
Now, your videos also for Typically Me and Twist are also quite lavish and exuberant. Is there a particular persona you guys feel you want to portray when you go about producing your videos, or is it just simply a case of having fun? Or?
I think we have fun. We portray ourselves and our music, what's best for our music really, and the way we do our music, I think, is the way we do our videos. It's the same sort of style. Maybe
old glamour as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really into that. I force everybody to wear suits and ties and stuff on gigs because I really like the old Hollywood glamour.
I forgot my tie today.
Fair enough.
I had to remind him to bring a shirt as well. But I really like the old Hollywood glamour, and because we've got that sort of jazz vibe, I think it works really well. And everybody else has just really enjoyed it as well. And
they're just on board, I guess.
They're on board, they like it, and everybody loves getting dressed up, and we go on stage and we want our image to match our sound, so that's what we try and do. And
you, Hannah, you've often been likened, and rightfully so, you've gained a lot of compliments, and you've been compared to Caro Emerald, Imelda May.
Lovely.
Do you feel like these kind of artists have influenced you, or are there any particular artists that you would say have inspired you to sing in a certain way that you do?
I think it's more artists that I listened to growing up, which were artists such as Billie Holiday and Sarah Vaughan and Ella Fitzgerald. But it's really flattering being compared to Imelda May, because obviously since starting the music and writing our songs, and I heard of these comparisons, I then went and looked at these artists, and I'd heard of Cara Emerald previously.
Right.
But I'd only heard Imelda May's name. I'd never listened to any of her music, and now I'm a huge fan. So I don't think they in particular inspired me with my music or my look, but they definitely probably drew on some of the same influences I did.
Okay.
And I'm very flattered to be compared to them.
Now, you guys, tell us about a thrilling experience you guys had. You performed on Poland's version of Dancing with the Stars. What was that like for you guys?
Yeah, it was pretty weird. It was quite cool. It was
Quite an understatement. It was amazing.
It was surreal. We played with an orchestra. They arranged our first single, Twist,
Right.
which was incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Never heard it that way before.
Yeah, it was really weird. I mean, just on the way to the TV station, you see the big billboards with all the celebs on Dancing with the Stars, and you think this is pretty serious.
Wow.
It's a big deal.
I mean, it's great, and
Don't
it's
mess
weird
up.
watching yourself back. It's on YouTube. That's weird watching yourself back doing it, but it's really fun. Really fun.
Speaking of performing in, under such great pressure and in such great venues, you guys are scheduled to perform at the Royal Albert Hall in a few weeks.
Yeah.
You must be so excited to be able to, perform at such a prestigious venue.
Extremely excited.
It's weird again.
But that's pressure.
Well, I'm not. We're not really thinking. I'm not thinking about it now. I'm not like.
I'm always overthinking it.
But I've got other gigs before, like this one. We've got one today. So, but it's in the back of my mind.
Oh, it's exciting.
It is exciting.
It's really exciting, and it'll be our biggest gig yet. So we need to rehearse and make sure we're perfect.
And just a few quick fire questions before we leave you. For each of you guys, what was the first album each of you guys purchased?
I don't want to admit mine because it's embarrassing.
I still don't.
I'm sure they'll want to know now. So.
I remember mine on CD was. I think it was definitely maybe Oasis.
Oh yeah, definitely, awesome record.
But I was listening to vinyl before. It's mainly my parents' collection sort of thing.
Okay.
So I was listening to stuff like, I don't know, Bon Jovi and alright, I'll list my embarrassing one. Chesney Hawkes. Chesney Hawkes was the first gig I went to. 4 years old.
Nothing
Yeah.
compared to mine.
Totally.
But
Love them.
obviously, I listened to a lot of jazz with my granddad. He put a lot of his old records on. But the first CD I bought was S Club 7.
If each of you guys could work with any artist, past or present, who would it be?
Can I pick two?
You can pick two.
Can
Yes.
I pick past and a present?
Yep, that
I'd
works
love
fine.
to work with Billie Holiday,
Right.
amazing vocalist, or Michael Bublé.
Sting.
That would be something.
Sting or Jimi Hendrix.
And just before we leave you guys, being professional musicians has great attributes. What do you guys feel is the single most, important element for you guys that excites you most about being professional musicians?
I think for me it's performance. I mean, I love it. I love every aspect to it, and recording in the studio and everything, and writing. But for me, it's always been playing live on stage. My first gig was when I was 11 years old, on drums, and since then I've been hooked just playing. So for me, that's the main thing.
Hannah?
And I love every part of the music industry at the moment. I'm enjoying everything that comes my way, but I think the interesting thing about going from just playing at an open mic bar and doing gigs like that every night is we have built up a wonderful fan base, and being able to connect with those fans and speak to them and get their feedback and see them on gigs and see people singing words to our songs, that for me, that sort of, you're kind of going professional when people start doing that.
Yeah, it's a unique bond, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's just amazing. That to me is one of the highlights of doing this professionally.
Okay guys, David, Hannah, thank you so much for joining us. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. You guys are a sonic band live and have an electric atmosphere. Thank you so much,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.